what happens when you start to realize that your ex may not be coming back? And this is a very difficult moment, and it does not happen at the beginning of the breakup. Even though we have the facts in front of us and we're trying really hard to say, okay, they're not in our life right now. We need to go in this other direction and kind of rebuild over here. Even though we're saying that and we're trying to do that, in the back of our mind, we are still hoping that maybe this is going to work itself out and we're not going to have to go down this road by ourselves, because it's a really difficult place to be. So at the beginning of the breakup, probably for months and sometimes longer, you're still going to have the hope that lives inside of you of, I think this is going to happen. Even if they're dating someone else, even if they're drifting in some sort of a way. We're trying to accept what's happening, but something in our mind is still sticking to, it doesn't matter what they're doing out there. I still feel like that's my person. I think we're going to get back together again. But the longer that goes on and the further they start to drift from us, and the more we're putting together a brand new life on the other side of it, we start to get to a place where we feel like, oh my gosh, like this may not work out. And once we get to the place of, this is not going in the right direction for me, this is actually happening, we hit even a lower low than at the very beginning. And I know you're saying, how could it even get lower? It's different. So don't panic. It's not the same crisis as you're in at the very beginning when the breakup is happening and you're not stable and you cannot even breathe. It's not that kind of sadness. But I would almost argue it's a little bit deeper in the sense that when we have hope about the relationship working out, we're almost cloaked in a denial of sorts. And it's not really denial. We know it's happening. We're right here looking at it play out, but hope keeps us alive a little bit. Hope keeps us feeling like, okay, we can manage this because there's always a possibility that it may work itself out. But once that hope starts to naturally fade, and I say naturally because you're always going to try to squash hope. You're going to say, how can I shut down hope so I can stop thinking about this breakup and heal quicker? So you're going to really fight with this feeling of, I have to give up hope. Everybody's telling me, I see the writing on the wall. Why do I still love this person? Why do I still want this person? How can I stop wanting this person? But you can't fight that because hope, it's just a natural emotion and it's out of our control. So hope is going to play itself out for a period of time. Then once things don't turn around, hope naturally starts to fade. And once it starts to fade, now you are faced with the scariest thing of all is, this may not work out. And now you're facing the full power of this breakup. Like, oh, I remember it clearly. It is so difficult to be in a space of, oh my gosh, like this may not work out. I have to possibly face an ending. And we are so afraid of that ending for very good reason. It's the scariest thing we're ever going to go through most of the time in our life. Like, of course, we're going to have other challenges in life, but this is a biggie. So once that hope naturally starts to fade, you are faced with an ending that could possibly be. And now you're going to be sad. You are going to be disappointed and sad and maybe angry and resentful. And all of these emotions are going to hit you like a ton of bricks. And you're going to feel as though, I think I'm going backwards. I feel like I felt at the very beginning. You're going to think you're not making any progress. You are. You're getting through the stages of this breakup and the grief that goes along with it. So as bad as it feels, it's almost, I describe it as like the dark, it's always the darkest before the dawn. And this is what you're going through. It's the comfort of hope that kept us a little bit protected is now fading. And we're faced with, is this going to come to an end? Is this going to be the end for us? And that's a lot. That is heavy. And now you're facing a real sadness. So it's not as destabilizing as the beginning of the breakup, but you are going to feel worse. You're going to feel like, I'm getting worse. How am I ever going to get through this? But you're not. You're not. You're switching into that next stage of the breakup, which is closer to acceptance, where acceptance is so difficult, yes, but it's a little more peaceful. When you get there, you're in a different state of mind. You're more in control of your emotions, and you just kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. So if you feel like you're getting worse, you're not. What's happening is hope is starting to fade, and you're facing the reality of this may not work itself out. you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to work on yourself this whole entire time that this breakup is happening. And I don't mean you have to go, full force into every like different direction, which of course you will a lot of the time because you're trying hard to stabilize. But in this breakup, as long as you're trying to get your support group around you, hang out with your friends a little bit more, put some short-term goals, long-term goals, get a passion project going, work on your health and wellness, concentrate on your job search, and do all the things that you need to do in order to be a full, complete human being, which you already are. Of course you are. But now you just want to make sure that you can stand on your own 2 feet just in case you should decide it's over or they decide it's over. Any way you look at it, you're going to be able to get through this stage of the breakup, which feels a whole lot different than the very beginning, but it's getting you through it. You're getting through it. So you're not getting worse. You're getting better, but you're going to feel worse, if that makes any kind of sense. But you can do this. You can do this. I'm right here with you. So if you start to transition into that part of the breakup, you're getting closer to the end of it. You're getting through it. You're just now in a completely different stage than you were before. Feels different, is different, but you got this. You got this. You got this.